go! Okay, I want to show you my room. This is at the Galt House, a really nice hotel in downtown Louisville. I had no idea this is what I was going to get. I got an apartment here, complete with a fridge, stove, can opener, microwave, cabinets, toaster, microwave, coffee maker. This is the laundry room, got a washer and a dryer. And I got a really cool view out across the Ohio River. Unfortunately, I can't open the door to get out there. And my view is a couple of paddle boats. All for $250 a night. So anyway, it was the flight from hell to get here. They ended up putting me on a flight to Minneapolis, St. Paul, and then I came here. So I got here at midnight. Brian came and got me and took me out to his place, and I'll show you that and tell you what Brian and I are up to. Bruce Mallinson from Pittsburgh Power is staying here also. I got lucky that way. I didn't know he was staying here, but so anyway, it was awesome because he's taken me in his rental car down to the show every day, which has just been awesome. Met a lot of cool people, gave away the hats that I had and the calendars. It was awesome to meet everybody. I'm gonna come back next year. If you've never been to this truck show, it's quite the truck show. I'm gonna show you a lot of cool trucks, a lot of pictures that I took. It was awesome because Pittsburgh Power gave me a pass to get in, which allowed me access before the public. So I was able to go in this morning and take a lot of pictures of trucks without anybody standing around them, which is awesome. So it was fun to sit there, and I had my dark glasses on because somebody said they didn't recognize me without the dark glasses. So I put the dark glasses on, I put an old Kenny hat on and sat there, and people kept coming up and saying hi, and I got to visit with a lot of cool people. It's an awesome show. If you've never been here, you need to come. Okay, I'm here in Louisville, Kentucky with Brian, and I've talked to him about building a water pump shaft for my 9. Because I got a lot of problems with it. So it's that Brian tells me I might have a bigger problem than just the hardness of the shaft.
Yeah, Jeff sent me some pictures of the shaft out of D9, and I guess he's had several of these that have failed in all kind of the same manner. And it looks like to me it's got a lubrication issue because it's galling on the bearing surfaces, and that's usually a telltale sign that it's not getting lube like it should. And he says he's checked the oil pressure at the pump and it's reading, good oil pressure, plenty enough for what it's doing. But I think it may have a misalignment issue with the front cover that's causing it to squeeze the oil basically out of the shaft on one side and making it run metal to metal and making it gall up. And since it's running metal on metal, it runs too hot, and since it runs too hot, that's probably why the seals are cutting into it. Yeah, if it's just aligned off the bolts, it's not aligned, so it could easily be running out of alignment, which would cause that problem because you've only got 3/1000 probably clearance on that shaft, which is, a human hair basically to be out of line.
And so you can't build something like that, can you, with that gear drive without doweling that cover, or you're not?
Yeah, it has to be doweled, or you'd have to have a special fixture to align it before you tighten the bolts up. So, but in factory use, it would be doweled.
Okay.
All those components would have to be dowel located, so that there's no clearance when they bolt up. Or it's got to have a pilot register machined on the parts to where one fits inside of the other, so that it can only fit, it can't move around. But if it's just a flat plate on the block and a flat plate on the cover, there's too much movement in bolt holes for it to ever line up. So there's no way to line that way. So it would have to be doweled for it to be done correctly.
See, and I never would have thought of that. I just never would have thought of that.
So it's the little things that get you.
That's why I'm talking to you. So he's going to make me a water pump shaft when I get it apart, but he's going to make me go to a whole lot more work to get that front cover off, which I don't want to do, but that's the price you pay for letting somebody else do it and not do a good job.
Yeah, because I'd make a shaft where the shaft won't wear out, but then it'll just spin the bearings out of the bores probably. It'll be the next thing. If it's still got an oil issue, the shaft won't get grooves in anymore because the shaft will be hard enough not to wear, but then it'll grab the bearings and pull the bearings out instead if it's still got an oil problem.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. Thanks for the help, Brian. And he came all the way to Louisville to come and get me and bring me out here to his shop, which was a 40-mile trip, so I really appreciate that.
That's right. You get the special treatment when you come to Kentucky. So we take good care of you. You got hospitality. Southern hospitality is what they call that.
That's good.
So
that's cool. Thank you very much.
Glad to have you. So we'll get you fixed up.
All righty.
Flight 209 now arriving gate 8, gate 9, gate 10.
Hey everybody, I'm gonna do some more testing here, and I think I've got a better way to do this. I have installed another pressure gauge. So this is going to be drive pressure, this is going to be boost pressure. They've got lights, so I'm going to be able to light them up so you can see it. This over here is drive pressure, for those of you that don't completely understand. This is the pressure in the exhaust manifold in order to drive the turbocharger. And that's what this first gauge is drive pressure. This is boost, and this is going to be the boost over there in the cylinder head. Okay, so this is where one of the thermocouples went for the EGT, the exhaust gas temperature, and this is where the other one went, and that's called the hot side, and this is called the cold side. So what I've done is I've taken those EGT probes out. I've put one in here in the outlet of the turbocharger, and you saw that. The maximum temperature that I could get there is 434 degrees. The temperature after it goes through the charge air cooler and into the cylinder head was 138. If I move that up into the pipe, it will probably be less than that, but we're seeing a 300 degree drop between the pressure and through the charge air cooler. This is a normally open valve. This is where the pressure runs to operate this cylinder. This cylinder starts to open at 8 pounds of boost and is fully open at 12 pounds of boost. So it's wired into the Jake brake switch. When I turn the Jake brake switch on, it locks this. So if I turn the Jake brake switch on under full boost, it will lock the air in there and hold the switch blade wide open. If I let the boost drop to 0 and then turn the Jake on, it will lock it in the closed position. If I turn the Jake brake on at 12 psi, or well, 10, 8 psi, somewhere in there, I'm going to lock it partially open. And so I'm going to try to do some of that to see what that does to our boost and our drive pressure. So that's what this valve is. So this is some really cool testing. I have yet to find anybody that has any real hard facts on what the C15 ACERT does as far as temperature before the pre-cooler. I'm going to post some videos straight out of the Cat Bible explaining what the pre-cooler does. It is a pre-cooler, it is not a pre-warmer. It does cool the air. I have been told by reliable sources that the air temperature of the twins is going to be around 700 degrees before it goes through the pre-cooler. So the cooler the air is, the better the engine runs. Okay, I turned the switch on and I accelerated with the VANE wide open. And the switchblade does bring up your boost faster. That's very obvious. By holding that open and then accelerating, you can tell that that actually works. Okay, I'm gonna hold the switchblade shut and then I'm gonna accelerate and then pop her loose under power.
This is our next project. This is a ditch that's grown in by trees, all kinds of junk. It actually runs uphill down here behind this building. It's actually 2 feet higher than it is where it comes out of the canal. There's a concrete structure there that's, the bottom of it's 2 feet higher, so we're going to tear that out. Jake and Matt are on the ground surveying it, checking the grade to see what we can do with it. Looks like it's pretty much dead flat, so that's what we're going to do is make it flat, but we are going to take that 2 foot rise out of it. We're going to tip over all these dead trees and clean it, and we're going to be going all the way down here to the bottom end. It's about 2,100 feet long. Okay, this is getting down farther. On this end, we're going to have a slug of willow trees to pull out of here. And the homeowners have put fences along it, and the state law says that they can't really do that. Whatever they put on there, they have to take down or make it easily removable to maintain the ditch. So when we get down here, we're probably going to have a lot of angry homeowners to confront. And then as we get down at the end here, we're going to go all the way down and cross this asphalt. Well, we're just going to go to the asphalt road. And the pine trees are probably going to be the ones that we have the most fun with, homeowners.
Hey everybody, finally made it back from the Mid-America Truck Show. It was awesome. I met a lot of subscribers there. They came and I gave them some hats and calendars. Even Sam from the UK was there. That was really cool to meet you, Sam. You'd come a long ways to that. I'm really glad I came. Got to take some pictures with most all of them. Some of them we just forgot to do that. My bad on that one. Anyway, I'm coming back next year, so that's a heads up. Jpaydirt's coming back next year. Anyway, got a lot of really great subscribers, and I want to start out with Adam Tabor. He is a new subscriber from Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you, Adam. Subscribe, hit the subscribe button. Share my videos and like them. It allows me to do some of this cool stuff, and so hit the button now. Barkley Gentry from Tribune, Kansas. Thank you, Barkley, for subscribing. Stephen Wagner, he's from New Mexico. I've been to Albuquerque once. Russell John Walker, he's from Hillam, North Yorkshire in England. Thank you, mate. Sam said he's going to teach me some proper English next time, so I look forward to that, Sam, because everybody says when I talk like that I sound like an Australian instead of British. So Linda Beck from Castlegar in Canada. Linda, are you in Alberta or is that a BC province? I wasn't sure on that. Norman Dyke from Birch Hills, Saskatchewan, Canada. Thank you, Norman. Rogue Excavating from South Manitoba, Canada, says he loves my videos. Doug Beard from Melbourne, Australia, mate. Thank you for subscribing. Gerard K, he's from New Zealand too. He's a Kiwi. Love the fact you guys subscribed. I need some more female subscribers. Please send me your name and where you're from. I'll put you on the board. Also too, you notice the Jpaydirt calendars and the hat. All you got to do is go to www.jpaydirt.com and please put the www.jpaydirt in there. Otherwise, it'll just come up Jpaydirt. You won't find it. I'll put a link in the description below. I think what I'm going to do on the hats and calendars is I've had a lot of people say they want to separate them. So we're going to do that. We're going to separate them so you can buy the calendars and the hat separately. And I've had some people say they want Anderson hats, so I'm going to get some Anderson hats made. If there's something else that you'd like to see with the Jpaydirt logo or whatever on it, please let me know and we'll get that into the store.
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. Are we gonna do what they say can't be done? We've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound, just watch old bandit run.
Okay, let's look at some trucks. These first trucks are a friend of mine. This is a good high school friend that I grew up with. This is Darren. He's working over in the Bakken in North Dakota. And Darren, I don't know what you're hauling in there. I believe once you told me that was cement, or are you hauling frac sand? Anyway, I love this picture with the fire in the background. I was over there several years ago and there was fires everywhere. Looked like a rock concert. Anyway, happy birthday to you, Darren. This next truck belongs to John Warren, and he says, just ran across your YouTube channel. Very good video, sir. What year's your KW? Well, it's an 05, John. He says, I run a 99 Pete with a 2WS Cat with 2.5 million miles on her, just overhauled for second time, been good motor. That is awesome, John. Make sure, I hope when they overhauled your motor, they changed the dampener. These next pictures are from Dave Fontes. Dave, I will see you hopefully at Glenn's funeral next week. Hey Jay, thought I would send a photo of a couple trucks I used to drive when I worked in dirt construction. On the left is an 84 Pete 359 transfer with a 400 Cummins. The truck on the right is a 74 Pete 358. It was an all-around tractor that will pull end up, tilt bed equipment trailer, and Murray low bed trailer for the heavy stuff. The 74 Pete had a Cummins 903 V8, Fuller 13-speed air ride, and Armstrong steering. Nice green paint too. Love your YouTube channel. Thank you, Dave. These next trucks are from Danny Hill. This is an 85 Kenworth W900B twin turbo Cummins 475, a 5 and a 4. Oh, that's old school. Twin stickers, that's what I learned to shift on. And his other truck, 96 Kenworth T800, 3406E, 475 and a 13 speed. And last but not least, this is KT Fleeman from Missouri. He says, I've been watching your videos for a while now. Got a couple truck pics attached for you to show if you want to. I do. One is on a little job I did a month or so ago, and the other is on top of Monarch Pass in Colorado when I was bringing the truck home back in 2013. Also just started a channel called KT3406E. I buy, sell, and part out Cat 3406E and C15 truck engines. So that's good to know. Got a couple videos up now, and I'll have another one up tonight or tomorrow explaining the top ends and difference between ACERTs and others. I know you were curious about that, so you might want to watch when you get some time. Keep the videos coming and give me a call if I can ever help you with anything Cat truck engine related. I have plenty of parts for your MXS, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. KT, that is awesome. I am going to find your channel, put a link in the description below so people can find it, because that information is gold. I would love to know more about the C15s, so thank you. On a bit of a sad note, those of you that follow me on Facebook know that a good friend of mine who sends me a lot of cool stuff, Glenn Gelati, passed away in Oklahoma, I believe last Saturday night, Sunday morning. I'm not sure on that. He was on his way to pick up a small rail car and some rail tracks for his museum project in Petaluma. It was a real shock to everybody. He was only 58 years old. So I am going to Petaluma on the 4th, this coming Wednesday, and I'm going to meet with Vic and Lauren and attend the services for Glenn. If you'd like to leave your condolences, go to Glenn's channel. It's Glenn Gelati on Facebook, and you can go there and leave your condolences. Anyway, it kind of makes me want to cry. I'm not going to do it. Gonna miss you, Glenn.
And remember, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy.
It's all right.